things because the title says a lot. All right, the title says a lot. It says what it says. um, my main message is we're gonna carry ourselves home to ourselves. We're gonna bring ourselves home. The soul searching, self discovery, even discovering some shit about another. We're gonna break it down. It is gonna get juicy and exciting up in here, okay? So we have quite a bit going on, as you can see. I have some sage going, so we're just hoping for the good of all. And that's my intention, all right? I want you guys to be practicing discernment, making sure your stuff is yours, and you leave a part of the story behind if you don't want it to be in your story. But make sure you're coming from a place of truth. You can always pot or repot if you're trying to grow, if you resonate with being a flower and you grow and you bloom, or if you just really like plants, maybe you're one of them. Okay, sage is burning. The energy feels good, you guys. You guys feel really uplifted and ready to go. I think a lot of the icky, sicky, icky stuff is like channeled out, or we're working on that. So if you guys want to hold space and just believe in your heart space that our reading is going to bring us our highest good, maybe meditate or breathe on it for a few moments. Maybe set your goal or person or ideas in mind at this time, and maybe we will see synchronicities in the reading. We will see validation in the reading or advice. Whatever it might be, we will get down to it, get down on it, or get, that song. And maybe that's a song for you guys, all right? So I love that. I'm already channeling songs. So let me get through what's up. So here is going to be a live shuffle. And then these are pre-shuffled oracles that already needed to come out to be seen. And so I'm going to get to it. I love that I wanted to highlight these two pieces. It's a Howlite Life Key and an Orange Calcite Tower. So just if you want to tap into, more information about those, you can get information on that from me or from the internet. This is a fluorite. And then in here is moldavite, prehnite, and clear quartz. So it's a good time up in here. So time for shit to get real. We're going to get really real on what's up, okay? Some of our situations, I just talked about we just channeled out some bad energy. Well, we need to talk about the truth behind that. It was a horrific situation. I hear you. It was traumatic. You speak on that. That's awesome. You're allowed to feel how you feel and speak about it in the ways that you seem or deem necessary. Just make sure you're truthful with every detail. Don't be manipulative with the details. But then it could be shit gets real with your hobbies, dude. Really get serious about the things that you love to do. Maybe behind the scenes, keep it a secret for a little bit until you feel safe to push it out. Because some people in your surroundings, I'm hearing, are a horror. They bring in the fear. Sometimes it's a little bit of a cross of everything. Someone's dealing with a mix of a horrific situation. You need to figure out things, and you're all stuck in the middle. And then hoes, okay? We have a lot of people who've been kind of exercising the single life, but then putting up a front or doing some I'm hearing some funk music, so maybe you guys are just like really in a funk because of this person, or because you have been this person and the energies, I don't know, maybe the energy's been brought in. But maybe whatever I channeled there already is validating for you. If it is, stick around. If it's not, maybe you are meant to, come to your own guidance, like within self. Okay, because sometimes if a message doesn't resonate, it's because you're meant to rather be behind, codependent on spirit and codependent on something, right? Being behind a screen or being in a comfort zone. Spirit needs you to be in your life more than on something like YouTube. But if that's a message for you, like, realize where your placements are. You could stick around or click on, click off, pause the video, and return to it later. Never return. It's up to you, really. If I just hope that, again, it's above with the highest good, and that you are receiving help in my readings, and that I am addressing as many people as possible. But with all being said, you guys are magic, so you guys are able to unlock that within your life. It's no guarantee. You are, the navigator of your life. So let's get into the cards. So I'm going to clear space so we could see. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. So maybe your person's finally seeing something, or you're finally seeing something about a situation, or we will be here in this reading. So for the highest good, let's get out for some tarot. The back of the deck there was 10 of Pentacles, but we're going to clear and see what else. For sure we want 10 of Pentacles, but let's get out what's up right now. Let's get what's up right now. And ooh, that's wonderful to see. Okay, because we're getting out of the stuck mindset. We're getting out of the lack mindset, I'm hearing. And judgment, you made that judgment call recently. I think at least I've received messages recently of just like having a judgment call on your situation, right? I've just been channeling that recently, and the Fool here reverse is indicating to me, for some of the collective, thanks for the clarification, Spirit. Okay, so the Empress and the Three of Swords reversed there. It's telling me that you're kind of paying attention to whatever's going cold here. And I'm getting that because, like, okay, like you feel a little bit left behind or injured, like the situation's been wounded, or like a situation has happened that is kind of giving you like a indication of, I've done the most creating I can here, and I need somewhere else to, I need, like, because the Chariot is here again, and the Ace of Swords, so it's like, there is kind of an inner knowing for some of you what the truths are. Wherever your placements is, if it's like a hobby, if it's something traumatic, or like, that was scary, like you didn't expect to experience it, or even just that there's a lot of hoes, or there's like, or that's like there's something about communication, or like an inner knowing, or like an announcement surrounding like maybe leaving particular things out, or like having boundaries, like with this Seven of Swords is like having stronger boundaries, is like being more you, whatever you think that may be, it could be being more you and practicing your hobbies more. It could be that you enjoy, like, actually saying that you enjoy horror content, but then being mindful that sort of penetrates you on a cellular level, and so like you could bring that in unknowingly. I'm hearing self-awareness is very important here, and then self-reflection first and foremost, then outward, seeing what has shown alignment with that. Even if you are, I'm hearing for some are wearing a false mask. Okay, if you are or not, you will know that. Okay, you will know that, and that is just with your placement of, someone likes something, so then you kind of tickle that interest just because it, like, but if it's not like an actual interest of yours, that's not fun to later find out. So it's like, be honest, because sometimes actually it's really exciting for someone to experience that it's your first time knowing about, or discovering something, like a big time example is like being shown stuff. Like maybe in an intimate relationship you get shown stuff, and it could, maybe that stuff was heartbreaking, and then and vice versa, you had a lot of love there too. It's like, but certain things are certain things are worth the journey, and certain things are not. There, you have to really scope this. Some people have actually journeyed out so far into maybe a relationship or into a hobby, and they're like, is this really it? And maybe you need to just reapply yourself, because it's like a big part of you, but it's not like your flame, or it's not like your passion. It's just like it's really important, but it's not the thing. And it's like this heartbreak energy is, it's like, it's low-key giving me like, it's giving me low-key vibes. That's exactly it. Like maybe some of you are hiding how you feel, that you don't really feel the same anymore about something or someone. And like this person's just like, they're so injured and bruised, they really can't handle much more. And it's like they keep rejecting opportunities because they think that there's something here. But if you recognize the Three of Cups could be potential third party energies, right? We're talking about hoes, we're talking about, and it's not just like people who are like playing like that, but it could be just like a lot of people are just hoes and foes, right? And so it's like you're paying attention to a lot of this, like people who trying to get in the middle of your stuff, and then you keep rejecting your opportunities. And Spirit saying, maybe kind of take space from the situation or the person, re-identify yourself, maybe undo yourself to redo yourself, maybe like that unlearn to relearn like thing. Some things that it just occurs that way. I think previously in a reading it was all about, like towards the end of that reading, it was about like your subconscious mind kind of rewiring, that kind of change, like maybe a revolve on the perspective. Some of you have a really dominant mother figure, and some of you have a really dominant father figure. We'll consider the other way around. Or maybe some of you have siblings, some of you don't have siblings, some of you have a broken family, some of you do have like a put together family. Take what resonates, but it's really like you ought to be in a space that you're inspired by, and don't ruin that space. Don't hold a jealous eye in that space. Don't don't bite the hand that feeds you. Really, like, show appreciation, so show thanks, because some argumentation can really be avoided if you just say thanks in a relationship, or in a connection when someone does you good, or even, yeah, 10 of Cups. It's like, some of this like had really good potential, but then it's like I'm big time hearing from Spirit, it's safe to move on in any of your circumstances, whether it's moving from a giant hobby to a different hobby. And it's scary. I get it. It's scary to try something new, whether it's a new relationship or a new hobby or new anything, like literally new anything. So scary. I get it. 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 But give yourself the little, like the inches forward. It could be looking at photos of the literal location that you're going to be going to. It could be calling ahead. If you're worried about calling, then maybe looking at their website, looking at their menus. Some of us have some like an anxious thing where it's like not knowing stuff really freaks you out. If that's like an extreme, like some of us have like a extreme imbalance going on, weigh out your scales however you think it is. But if you are anxious in this fashion, you know, make sure that you're taking care of your needs. Make sure you know more, because the anxious feeling is just because you don't know enough. And I you know, it could be one of those truths that you're like, wow, how come that advice or that note couldn't have come like before? But it's like the lesson gets implanted in your head in divine timing, when you're meant to learn it, when you had the experience that would maybe teach it well. Queen of Cups. Some of you just really feel it. You feel something, frustrated, you feel upset, happy, flirty, sexually attracting many people. It could be many things for y'all. Because just wanting more and actually doing more, and from place of truth, like you, like just resonating with being a plant. And like that card I posted on Instagram the other day where it's like, bloom where you're planted, and it's like, but it said planeted. And it was like, because it was like the world. So it's like you're safe to tap into this abundance, but you have to be truthful with your surroundings. You can't just be like thinking you can, I don't know, like pretend the role, and like it works for so long. It only works for so long. That's some messages there. Let's shuffle out some Kipper cards. These are called like fortune telling cards, but they're not always necessarily fortune telling. They could be past, current, or future. Wherever you are in your journey, just make sure that you are taking it if it's only yours. Many people can be going through similar energies and have different details, you know, all sorts of things. Family room, 21. Oh, let's see. House, what's significant for the collective? It's interesting that it's 21 and 20. Like, I'm just shuffling here, and they came out so separately. 19, another descending. That's, hello. Pathway, 35, and message of concern, 14. Well, that is validating. Okay, so you guys are either hang out in the living room, or like there's something that's going on in the family room. There's stuff that's going on with the family or with the house that you are, maybe some of you in the collective need a new house or want a house. You're discussing maybe with your family how to achieve that. Perhaps though, change. That validates the whole house thing. Some of you need a location change to be able to have the creativity space, I'm hearing, or this like just space from your family maybe. There was back of the deck energy space with the pre-shuffled cards, just validating the space, where I'm getting space from. But we have main, male, and courthouse. Your situation involves, some of you involves like your person has a baby mama or baby daddy, or you are a baby mama or baby daddy, and like the court situation is that, like, it's gotta be, like, I'm hearing follow through. It's gotta be follow through. I think there was an interesting situation, or is going to be an interesting situation with the death. Perhaps that could be how you navigate into, I'm not saying, like, don't, like, you know, you don't wish for someone to die or anything, but, like, there is, like, if, like, some family dynamics, prepare, like, maybe what this is what the family is doing, is preparing for if, when, how, like, we know it's inevitable, so we want to make sure we're taking care of the family in the aftermath, like, all these things, like, so maybe those types of conversations are happening. Maybe there's, like, stuff that's happening that's current about a house change. Maybe some of you, a very, very small collective, or I don't know, I can't really weigh that out. You guys don't comment. And it's okay if you guys don't want to. But the more you share, the more I'll be able to flow, or, recognize you guys sometimes in the situations. But as much as maybe a death did occur, literally did occur, if it did not, maybe it's about to occur. I know it's inevitable, so don't fear death. Live with balance with life and death, and understand that you do have a limited time in this lifetime. We call it a lifetime in your life, span. And so, like, make your most of it, right? Then maybe this is your reminder that happens as well. Maybe you actually are grieving, and maybe it was able to bring you to home, and maybe it brought you back home, or, like, because that's what it does. It, like, when someone dies in the family, there's a reunion in the there's a reunion of the entire family, of everyone that person may be affected. And so maybe it literally brought you to like, you just undid your situation. But the thing is that it kind of lit a pathway for you. Maybe pay attention to the types of messages that come through, because message of concern is kind of concerning, because of course it's what they're thinking about, right? It's like, so even if it's not true, maybe don't like react versus respond, is what I'm getting with anything. Maybe like catharsis, because I was channeling that important word, catharsis. So changing, like maybe you really enjoy watching scary movies, like maybe have a movie marathon, and that's your catharsis. That's like how you relax. I'm also getting catharsis as in, like, channeling how you feel into your hobby, like making something really cute, or making something how you feel. These cards say high honor and thoughts. So really, I love these two cards coming out together, because it's coming out like honor your thoughts. I'm still so, like, crazed that 21, 20, and 19 came out, like, subsequently, but just like that's probably like the big thing of, like, what's being need to known or channeled is this thing surrounding coffin, house, and family room. I'm hearing a will. I'm hearing honor your thoughts, that if you can imagine it or think it, it's probably a manifestation that's either actually occurring or about to on someone's end. Realize that the universe is kind of a web of not only your wishes but others as well. So, like, if a lot of people are manifesting your person or manifesting your situation to go well or go bad, that actually will be set your way. So just be careful of when you're not doing well. Some people will kick you even more down. So be careful. when you're not doing well. Some people will help you, but also realize that more than you are like affected when you kind of draw people in. Like when you're like, I need help, you're taking away from the help that they can do for themselves. Some people have an abusive parent or a manipulative parent, and it doesn't have to be extremes, or even a partner. It could be a partner, or you feel stuck at work. It could be like you're like there. I'm hearing time restraints. I'm hearing restraints on emotions or financial restraints. Just like you want to do more, but you can't. You want to do more, but you can't. Reverse. Great fortune. You feel very unfortunate right now. Some of you in the collective. Some of you feel like you're getting sick. Some of you feel like your money's not coming in. There's all sorts of fuck shit going on. It's karmic a little bit, some of you. We're gonna get down to it. Get down on it. Okay, I have these donut ones. So messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know to maybe sweeten up their situation? 4 of Cups. Say yes to your opportunities that make you feel good. Look for them. Look for numbers that are important for you. 6 of Cups. You could look into the 369 project. That could be significant. Or you could look into any numbers that are important for you here that you've seen. Ooh, 2 queens. All right, but you guys, I think the situation will play out the way it as... I like that. I like seeing that. Joker twice. Yo, there's only 2 jokers in the entire deck, and they're both out here. You guys need to start fresh in your situations with maybe one of these queens. Maybe you need to start fresh in your career, start fresh in a new hobby, start fresh. Delete the energy that you don't want. Literally delete it off social media. Delete. Because you're tired of caring about their feelings. Like, oh, what if they see me move on? Oh, what if this situation, what if I don't get hired? Because look at this, it says not hiring, and this person's like all upset, like because maybe they put all their eggs in that basket. Maybe that was literally the boundary that was spoken, because I know who I'm talking about there. And it's like, yeah, like you appreciate the energy, but it's like, see when it's being received well or not, you know, like that's the thing. Is it like there's something about giving and receiving, like someone who's not receptive and someone who's not giving. Realize what your placement is and mix it all up in a pot, and it's here, okay? Because everyone's in different places. But this is like, maybe y'all should karaoke. Look at this fool karaoke, and he looks like an Elvis. Maybe Elvis is significant for you, Elvis Presley. Okay, hello. Is like, I'm hearing I Can't Help Falling in Love with You, that song, you know, and it's like, ain't nothing but a hound dog crying all the time. And it's like, yeah, I think you were crying a lot. There maybe was a lot of dog. Maybe there was someone who was loyal or disloyal. Take wherever your situations are Nine of Pentacles I see is here though. So it's like there is a solid energy here. There is independent and truthful energy here somewhere, whether it's you, whether it's your person. Realize the truth. Who was the real one? Because I still have this time for shit to get real, and this card says get honest as fuck. So it's like someone who's honest. Maybe the person who was the most honest is the one who actually walks away and who actually starts fresh every time they need to. Because they're really real with themselves. They're like, well, fuck that person who wronged me. And then they have a new friend or a new bestie or a new boyfriend again, because they're like, they set boundaries and they're like, bye to the other person. They actually cleared space. Maybe they just move. They can move really fast. Some people don't move really fast. I've had a relationship that's been over for a handful of years now, but it was my largest one, and I was so attached to literally so many objects in my space that were literally still in my space, and then also people who were still related to them and still are friends with them. And it's like, some people really get it, where they're like, all right, they're not in a relationship, okay, great, new boundaries. Other people are like, they don't get the boundary thing. And it's harder. And then when there's that many people who don't have boundaries, it's even harder. So maybe that's a message here, especially having boundary around the creative. Oh my God, the creative person. You are a shiny, very shiny gem that reflects for just the right person, or for just the right thing, okay? You will shine. Do not worry, my love. You will shine. You just have to be honest about where you'd like to shine. You'll really pop off when it truly, divinely, cellularly, like, it feels good. Thinking about it makes you smile. Thinking about it makes you laugh, cry. It gives you everything. And that is maybe should not be placed on just one person, but just like placed honestly in the placements where desired and warranted and necessary, and flow with it. I'm going to get this back of the deck off and move that over there. Let's get out more of these cards. So that message on the top said just walk away, but that's not really for everybody. So if it comes out again, yeah, it'll be validation, but I don't want to just be like, yeah, do that, because it's not that. It's really not that easy. I know it's really not that easy. So it's like, we're taking it a little at a time. Cook a fucking meal, it says. Homemade food is for play. Ooh. I like that. And there, I know about that. I've been able to deliver that. And I've also seen it now reciprocated, and it's wonderful. But, I think you guys are separated maybe energetically. Even if you are in the same space, I feel like there is separation with heart space, or even physically with your person. Like maybe you're like watching a reading privately, or, like you're like, doing your soul work. And yeah, there could be like literally a breakup recently happened, because like, I don't know, like this death thing, it kind of could be a whole ripple effect of, wow. And it wasn't even the death card. There could just be like cycles beginning and ending, and having a hard time with that. Just say those 5 little words. You decide where to eat. Woo! I think there's some dating that's going to be happening. You think you got them all figured out. You don't. So some of you don't know the situation enough about anything. You know, hobbies, you don't know enough about the hobby. You don't know about these things. Maybe it stops you from going certain places or going things. You fucked up. Yeah, it's your fault. Say this out loud. I'm sorry. Again, I think with the breakup, some of it's breakup to makeup, like to kind of understand you more. Do the shit they asked you to do forever ago. They're still waiting. Say that shit again louder. You are not being heard. Breathe through that shit. Love can hurt like hell. And want shit to be different and change yourself first. So, I'm hearing expectations. Make sure your situation meets your expectations, or you meet expectations. Both. Right? It's a mutual thing. So you have expectations of another, they have expectations of you, and then whatever you expect of others, make sure you place that on yourself first. Quit being like telling someone else to clean when you need to clean, but then if they're like cleaning all the time, realize you gotta be helping them. There's kind of some energy here, like some of you live together, some of you don't live together, some of you want to live together and kind of need to flow. Like, again, this is like someone who can take care of the home and take care of you. That's wonderful. Especially it adds to if you're already taking care of yourself. So I'm hearing some of you, it's hard to take care of yourself. But it's like, pack your bags, get the hell out of town. It will make you both lovable again. Sexting will make their day. Send a pic. So I heard that song, LOL Smiley Face, earlier today. Shawty just text me, say she wanna sext me. LOL Smiley Face, LOL Smiley Face. So that could be significant. Maybe you need to get to know each other in bed more before you actually do more. Maybe you need to actually go on dates and be fed. Make your wants known. You decide all these things. Even if it's not romantic, it could be like you decide like maybe this is about procrastination. You need to decide some stuff. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Really just flow. Like, make sure if you're rushing into things, you're slowing down. And if you're going really slow, maybe you like pick up the pace and like really get it together with like your old connections. Like, really like see it as a necessary. Or some things like in alignment with that person, because like just because they're in alignment with you, does that like you're trying to be intimate with someone else, so it's like that person has to be also in consideration, and like that's like what a partner is like considering your partner. Balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So like your person isn't always going to agree with you. Maybe they teach you lessons every time you're in an argument, maybe every time you are separated. So that's not a bad thing, as long as they're teaching you good things about what's up. Secret Admirer and Passion came out, but they made me pick it up. So it's like they definitely don't want to be known how hot they are for you, or hot, like how, like even the passion, like you haven't figured it out yet. It's like you will, like just wait, like something worth waiting for will be like it'll be worth the, like you'll feel like it's worth the wait, you know, like you'll know it. Like Secret Admirer, someone has deeper feelings for you than they're letting on. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. I always say that, like, just make sure that you're paying attention to yourself. Whatever you're paying attention about others, you probably have, like, the lacking that you're seeing that they have, you know? So just be careful about that. Forgive yourself. Forgive other people. Just know that you're on the same journeys, just maybe different spots. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. A passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. You have a new beginning coming in. A new adventure awaits. Maybe you guys want to go on vacation or, you know, plan adventures, you know, like just Do something you haven't done before. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. And this one says, playfulness, laughter is the best therapy. Have fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. I think love and laughter, if I were to edit that a little bit. So I have Care Bears and some burning questions out because for live shuffling, this is, look at the cupcake bear and the star bear. I think you guys don't realize how much of a star you guys can be or are, that you have so much star power within you, that we're all made out of the same matter, you know? So this is really giving me hermit vibes. So maybe you are a Virgo, perhaps, or maybe you are a water sign. Cancers, Pisces, or Scorpio, or have that in your placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Some of you really see the light in somebody and want to say more, but feel like you can't because like it's like too precious to like touch, or like you're like, oh, that's it's kind of like recognize, you have self-recognition in somebody, or like self-recognition about like about what you're working on, or your workspace, or like maybe working towards somebody, or working towards a workspace, creating space, creating something. I'm hearing tapping into that star power. More sunshine, but it's like you gotta get through your cloudy days and kind of overcome these distractions and options and choices, and like really focalize like what determines my attraction to certain things. What's the real context? Shine a light on that. You'll really kind of do and undo certain things. I'm hearing certain connections, certain things that you're interested in, or pretending to be interested in because you wanted your person to be interested in you. Maybe you thought you couldn't get better, or you can't do better somewhere where that placement is. It's like you got to get through these deep ass feelings and then turn it around. Yeah, float. Yeah, float. Fly. I'm hearing Breakaway, Kelly Clarkson. I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky. I'll make a wish, take a chance. You know, I think it's like take a risk, take a chance, make a change. I couldn't focus because I suddenly heard children in the background. So it's like, what do you want to show your children? Like the type of person that would follow their dreams, you know, like someone who is noble, honest, like, you know, show your kid that. Maybe some of you haven't really showed as much of that as you'd like, or, you know, as you can carry. Like, you know, maybe you're still figuring those parts of you out. Forgive the past you. Don't bring up, you know, forget people who knew past you. If you're not that you, they don't know you now. So that's one thing. Burning questions. I like this deck because it's like some of you need to really get to know each other or the situation. What was the last food you binged on? Maybe you like share meals. A lot of you share meals together a lot at work, but maybe you need to focus on the food that is like binge worthy, foods that's like really good, or even consider your diet. If you binge, why did you binge and what was it? Like, why do you love that so much? And like consider, I don't know, like just reconsider certain things about health, reconsider things about favorites, about like how much time you spend with one person versus another. Because sometimes you have like a bromance or like a actual relationship that's occurring, like, and it's being falsified by friendship. Like, really see what's what. What's the longest you've ever gone without taking a shower? Some of you, it got stanky, and you need to really like literally ask them, like, oh man, like maybe that, like, you've actually heard that from somebody. I know I've actually said that to somebody. It's like, what do you spend too much money on? Out of the negative emotions of greed, anger, jealousy, and hate, which one would you say affects you the most? Some of you, you get overtaken by jealousy, get overtaken by anger and hate. So it's like, whether it's like when you see it in another person, you get so angry too, or you actually are this type of person. Both things is like you actually are that person, if you actually let it take control of your actions, or do, you know what I'm saying? Like it's great to feel it, you feel it, but like if it takes over your actions, that's like how you get seen as crazy. How maybe sometimes your buttons get pushed and you do something out of character. Lots of stuff. Who is your celebrity crush? You can really get an idea of like the types of people someone is attracted to by like what they would choose as their celebrity crush, as like, especially if it's male or female, or like gender, not gender, hair color, or it could be a gender. It doesn't have to be gender specific either. It could be non-binary or binary, as fluid, as non-fluid as you want to be. How do you wish to be remembered? That is an important one, like especially with your children, or even leaving a legacy behind. Some of you are destined to do that. Okay, these are all the rest of the questions I'm going to take. It says, name the one worst quality you cannot tolerate in a partner. What's your biggest insecurity? What topic are you tired of hearing about? If someone offered you $1 million to break up with your significant other, would you do it? And have you ever cheated? So these are kind of those interesting questions that you ask, like, would someone choose money over you? Would you cheat on someone for money? Would you get your buttons pushed because you're like in a financial crap? Some of you have insecurities and they really are showing. Some of you always are complaining about your partner and they know about it, or maybe you need to consider things that you don't want in a partner, or that you've been seeing things that you don't want in a partner. Now you want to question things that you do want to see in a partner. Maybe someone wants to know what not to do and then later know what to do. I don't know, like there is some funky energy with that, because they should know a little bit of both. They should kind of learn both at the same time. Or I don't know, just know you in general before doing anything, so they don't do anything like shitty on accident, because like someone who really loves you would take the time to not do that to you. And when they are doing that to you, even by accident, like the feeling will never, like the loving feeling doesn't really, if they've figured it out, if it's the right person, they would sort of like be able to like navigate that properly every time. If you're healthy, if you're healthy and your partner's healthy, it should be navigated smoothly. But there are some things about like just boundaries maybe weren't known, or they should be known. What's your favorite hobby? I love that synchronicity with the hobby card. You guys gotta maybe find a mutual hobby. What is the weirdest thing about you? What makes you feel accomplished? What was the worst purchase you ever made? Okay, now we're going into the pre-shuffled oracles. We have love reverse illumination. Some of you are seeing that you need to overcome your past pains, past anxiety, past feelings, and like come into a place of growth. That wherever you think you aren't seeing love, that there is like something's being illuminated here. Some of you are seeing love for the first time. Some of you are seeing that there isn't love in your situation. You need to overcome whatever your past pain was or your current pain is. You need to get past this and kind of notice your anxiety placements or where they were placed and grow out of that. Grow out of anxiety is like you're in the future. You're worried about something about to happen that's bad or something that's about to happen. Like it's just like this not knowing kind of thing about the future or about anything. And it's like you need to get out of that. Be here right now. Create the future that you're so afraid of in a good or bad context. You could be really afraid of something bad happening. Yeah, but don't manifest something bad happening. Like prevent it from happening. Do the action to maybe protect, do the action to love, do the action to grow, do the action instead of hanging on to that feeling. Satisfaction. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. Release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. Pray, release it. Maybe breathe through your situation rather than acting on your situation. Kindness, present. You are humanitarian, made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. And being present, you live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. What I was saying about being current. Courage. Let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Flow. Worth. Some of you aren't really flowing with your self-worth or the value that you carry. Like you are maybe being undervalued or you're not really being seen as much in your workspace when you should be. You should, be maybe recognized more. Some of you are going to get more recognition because you are more courageous, because you are confident, you do take initiative. Let me be open to courageously take steps that are shown. You see the steps forward and you actually take them. Flow. Allow me divine to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. Some of you, it's a little bit wavy. When you first make a step, you sort of doubt it. It's because you doubt your worth. You doubt if you doubt if you're extraordinary. You doubt if you'll be able to do it. You doubt your strength. You doubt a lot of things about yourself, but it's reconsider your thoughts. Really honor your thoughts for what they are and be like, all right, well, is that self-defeating or is that a self-winning concept? Really blow up on that. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. You have access to that all along. Extraordinary. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Love that about the honor word coming back out again. We have a 7, a 2, a number 8, a 1, another 2. We have more 2s, it looks like. Authority, 4, reverse. Choose wisely, another 7. Disconnect and boredom, another 4. 5, conflict and defeat. Emotional loss, 5, and 2, spiritual union. So we did have that validation about the loss, because we have the emotional loss and the conflict, defeat, mental conflict. We had the mental conflict card in the beginning. So it's we did kind of, you need a ground. If you've released your mental conflict, you need a ground. But because some of you may be balanced and then you get knocked off balance really fast because someone, really impedes in your energy often. Some of you, you have people who intentionally bring this mental conflict in your head. This trapped in fear is they're putting ideas of fear. You say you want to do something, then they're mentioning something surrounding it and saying something negative, or maybe they just, I don't know, there's something funky about that. It's when you have this realization about it, it's going to be kind of an emotional loss because you're going to be closer to source. You're going to be further away from what's not in alignment and closer to source. Some of these people, it's choose wisely. There is a lot of control with who's in your circle, who's in your space, who you're connected to. It's if they're toxic, they're going to leak their toxic shit onto you. As much as they say that they're not, it could even be happening subconsciously or even intentionally. Stand your ground, choose wisely. some people, when they're bored, they like to place people there. It's just like they like to play mind games. It's like they think the world is their playing board, or like, I don't know who, like they're like, as if like someone chose them to be God. It's like, no, no. It don't work like that. It's like spirit speaks on, spirit navigates where, like, when or how or why prosperity begins for someone. And it's like, for most of you in the collective, you need to release the things that are in the middle of you and your hobbies, you and your favorite things, you and your loved one. And this card says, when I am disconnected physically or emotionally from my partner, I begin to feel scared and lack confidence. That's codependency, yo. You need their validation. Why? You need your own validation. You need yourself again. You know, you see yourself in them, and then when they leave, what? You feel what? Not good. And it's like that's not good. Forgive self, accept what has happened, and give yourself grace to make mistakes. I need to love myself before loving anyone else. I will value my time more. If it can't be fixed, why continue investing time into it? I must be vulnerable, act silly, laugh out loud, dance, and play with my child. It's how we connect. Inner child or actual child. Playing with my child is essential, even if I need to heal my inner child. Whisper to yourself, I am amazing. You need to do this a lot more. That's a perfect mantra to repeat over and over. Even comment it if you want to. I am amazing. I am amazing. Demanding you are trying to control others around you, forgetting about their personal feelings and emotions. Close your eyes and remember your greatness. Controlling someone else is like you don't have control over yourself, so you just push it on to someone else. Know your intuition. That's your guidance for your highest good. If the relationship feels off, it is most likely off. Listen to your intuition, babes. If you are receiving it, you are receiving it for a reason. Past friends walked out of your life without reason. Now you understand people have their own journey and not internalize their pain. To gain respect from my child, I must demonstrate respect also. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Victim mentality. The universe wants what's best for you, not the worst. Change your perspective. What is leading you to feel fear? Could be a person, place, thing. Literally, like, dissolve whatever you need to about that. Do more or do less. My words must align with my actions in order for my child to trust me. Your beauty and grace captivates me. I wasn't looking for this. I don't know how to deal with this. It's heartbreaking. We can't have more than we do now. I could listen to your voice for days on end. I find you in music. Our love can power galaxies. Things aren't always as they seem. Love isn't always on time. Please be patient with me. All I ever wanted and needed is in you. It's easier to stay away now than lose you forever. You guys have a music connection. Some of you, it's just a really tender, intimate connection with this voice, with just hearing them or being near them, or maybe just looking at them is captivating. There is codependency here a little bit about, like, maybe, or just even just you need, or you're really dependent on something for something to happen, or for just a lot of things, right? I want to do this, but it depends on this. I am, or someone is the breadwinner and you take a lot. I don't know, like, there's many layers to it, but there is this, self journey. Some people, or many people here, need to be on their journey, and it is causing a separation, but it's also causing a union, either spiritually, physically, wherever your placement is. I know that sounds really vague, but it's just like not all of you are together, not all of you are single, not all of you are looking for love, not all of you, like, some of you wanted to find your hobby, or like find how to unlock certain things. It's like you got some sort of message here. So find your placements. Take care. You guys are magic, and this was Melly channeling all the magic. Goodbye. Until next time.